EBLounge lizards. So great to have you with us. Beth Watts, wasn't that fun?
That was fun.
That's pretty fun, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't
good.
quesadilla cone fun, but it was pretty up there.
That was fun when we had the quesadilla cones earlier.
Wasn't that great?
That was fun.
But you too, one day, if you aspire to be an EBLounge Storytime performer, can have your own mini quesadilla cones as part of your craft services, as part of your catering.
Yummy.
Nom noms. Welcome in, friends. It's so great to have you with us. Of course, I am EB of said EBLounge. We are in Storytime rocking Season 2, Episode 6 with my good friend, kicking it off with me here, Miss Beth Watts Nelson. How the heck are you, my friend?
Doing really well. Just got back from Montreal.
That is crazy.
It was crazy.
You just got in from Canada?
In from Canada.
I feel like someone may have followed you from there or something like that.
I picked up a straggler along the way, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, she seems all right. We'll keep her around, yeah?
She seems pretty awesome.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed she is. Let me check in with chat real quick, just make sure we're doing okay. We got so many folks chatting in with us right now. Welcome in, Paracoda. Thanks for hanging out with us. Songwriter Yume. Paracoda, Songwriter Yume are our two moderators. So if you are new here to the EBLounge, welcome in. If you're new to live streaming in general, again, welcome in. We're so glad to have you joining us for Storytime Season 2, Episode 6, featuring the one, the only, the inimitable Terra Spencer with the lovely, talented, also just great improvisationalist. We just made that song up literally about 30 seconds before we played it. You're amazing. Thanks. Thanks so much for rolling with that.
Thanks, EB. That was fun.
That was fun.
I only know a couple of notes on this, so it's pretty easy to improvise.
You know what? And you played them all.
5 notes.
Like so well.
I played them all.
Yeah. I have 88. I did not play all of them on that one.
I bet you could, though.
Yeah, no one wants that.
That'd be a fun challenge.
It would be. I could just do like a chromatic scale up and down really fast.
Yeah, I mean, that would cover it for sure.
Yeah. That's actually how I usually test pianos. Anyway, I digress. Welcome in, EBLounge folks. We call folks who hang out here EBLounge lizards. But it's so great to have you. I wanted to say specifically, if you have any questions like what's going on, who is this guy, or like just how do we say thanks to Terra tonight with things like tips and whatnot, just put that into our chat. There should be a little chat message window. Ask any question that you may have. Our moderators are Paracoda and Songwriter Yume. They are happy to help you out, and we are so thrilled to have you join us for this lovely experience. I am so thrilled. We ran through all the stuff earlier today, and it just sounds delightful. It's some really great tunes, and I'm really, really looking forward to sharing them with you. I want to especially make a couple extra thank yous in specific to our Nights of Storytime. Just so you know, EBLounge Storytime, we are in our 2nd season, and all of the artists that we bring in who are performing artists are supported by what we call crowdfunding. I'm going to move to piano real quick. Crowdfunding, which is essentially great folks from our community say, we believe in what you're doing here and we want to hear these amazing artists. We're going to support you by basically paying the artist fee so that artist can come in for that specific month. So all of the folks that you see up here on this wall behind me, and I'll show here a little bit. So right there is Joe Baja, who is the supporter, the night of Storytime for this stream. I don't know if you can see that in the stream. Can you see it? Yes, you can. So Joe Baja. Other nights who have supported months in past of artists are also on the wall. So when you cut to see that, those are our Nights of Storytime. We can give a round of applause for Nights of Storytime, and particularly for Joe Baja. The official Night of Storytime theme. It's totally not ripped off from Princess Bride.
That's Princess Bride.
Yes! See, this is why I love working with
That's
Beth Watts
Princess
Nelson.
Bride.
She recognizes these things. Yeah. Yes. 100%. Totally ripped off.
I love that movie. That's one of the best books of all time.
It
If you haven't
is!
read that book,
William Goldman.
It is hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
I'd heard from people like, you should read the book. Some people say, well, the book's over. No, because I love this movie. But really...
The book is actually... That's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
The book is actually even funnier than the movie.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really, amazing
really,
that you said all
really
of those
good.
things, because that just makes me endeared to you even more.
Highly recommend.
I saw it, by the way. The Princess Bride was here with the Kansas City Symphony.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, if I'd known you then, I literally had 4 tickets. I would have brought you and your dude, and we would have done that whole thing.
I would have totally loved that.
Man,
I would have loved that.
Anyway, note to self. Yes. Thank you also. Thank you, Howard, for the support and for the tip. And we're about to talk actually about that. So thank you so much for your support here at the EBLounge, supporting all tips that come in tonight. Just to let you folks know, go to supporting our touring artist, Terra Spencer, who is raring and ready to go, tear it up. Second of all, though, when you make a tip of any kind, you get one of these really, really cool little squeezable. Not this one, because this is Terra's. This has already been earmarked. In fact, it really should. I'm going to set it over. You know what? Here.
Yeah, save that one. Oh, don't throw that at me.
I'll do this.
Yeah.
Why are you thinking that? All right, there you go. There you go. Terra will claim it later. Anyway, point being, you, as part of our community recognition and our way of saying, hey, thanks for supporting Terra, you get your own rubber duck with your name on it. Whatever name you'll put on it. Cool? So just letting us know as our way of saying thank you. As you can probably see on the wall also up here, we have several of those said aforementioned ducks. From Convoy, the theme this season, come on and join our convoy. And the protagonist of said song, his trucker call sign is...
Rubber ducky?
Close.
Rubber ducky?
Close. Rubber duck. It's, yeah, but you could absolutely call it rubber ducky. Absolutely.
If you were feeling cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, again, thank you to our Knights of Storytime. Thank you to our EBLounge Lizards and those of you who want to support Terra. Let's talk a little bit about the amazing Beth Watts Nelson.
Ooh.
Welcome in, my friend.
So nice.
Yeah.
You're too nice to me.
Oh, well, it's easy because you're just so niceable. Nice. That's a word. Sure it is.
You haven't gotten on my bad side yet.
I really hope not to because you're such a cool person. I like it when you like me. Welcome in. Let me go ahead and check chat. Also, several things have happened. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we had a lot of things that have happened. Okay, thank you so much for sharing the information as well on Terra Spencer from our mods. Yes, follow those links as well there. Thank you for the emotes as well from Song for Paracoda. Y'all are amazing. Thanks, guys. I'm keeping on top of things best as I can here. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, and we did also get one resub. And whenever we get resubs around here, or subs, we have a special little thing. Woo, Songwriter Yume subscription. Woo, thank you for the 31-month resub. Nice. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Can you be here for all my streams? That'd be great.
Totally.
31-monther for Songwriter Yume. That's crazy. That is crazy, my friend. Just a few months short of the 3-year mark. We have a couple that are now in 3 years, which is pretty cool.
Amazing.
Songwriter Yume, thank you for your modding. Thank you for your support. Thank you just for being your awesome self. All the mod love, my friend. All the mod love. Our head mod, Songwriter Yume. There you go. I've gotten enough practice being able to fit that in that Songwriter Yume subscription. That's a lot of syllables.
Yeah, I'd like to see that spelled out, actually. I don't have a good grasp on that.
Yeah. I'll break it down for you later.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Beth Watts Nelson.
Hi.
Welcome in.
Hello.
You have this lovely song that we're about to play here in just a second.
Yeah.
And a song called Winter Rain. And when I first heard it, and you had a video of it, and I pulled it up, and I was like, this is gorgeous, my friend. And I'd love to actually go ahead. Do you have a little bit about that song as I kind of pulled it up? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I used to be a teacher, a school teacher.
Yeah.
I taught music, and we had this really great thing about teaching called snow days.
Yes.
And this was one of those days that I woke up, and it was just like Kansas City was completely covered with ice, and school was canceled, and I got to go back to bed, and then got up and wrote this song.
There it is.
So, yay for snow days, so you can sit around and be creative.
That
right?
is awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had so many snow days like last week. Like
Apparently.
the kids were not in school for like 10 days or something. It was because they had President's Day, they had a teacher conference day, and then like cold and snow.
I still celebrate snow days even though I'm not a teacher anymore.
It's funny. I was in a group that was all going out for dinner, and half of them were teachers.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, so we're pretty sure conference is going to get moved again.
Yep.
And then I'm like, okay, teachers. And the other guy's like, okay, I'm supposed to travel to Wisconsin, but if there's snow, I don't have to go. And like everyone was talking about snow days. I'm like, rule number 17 of things that we get excited about as children that transcend to adulthood.
Teachers are way more
Snow
excited
days.
about it than the kids. The teachers are way
more
excited than the kids.
From the teacher's mouth to be getting more wisdom. Yes,
Yeah,
there it is.
It's pretty awesome.
That's
Snow days are
fantastic.
great. So this was an ice day.
This is it's an ice day and a beautiful, beautiful song. I look forward to playing with you, my
Thanks,
friends.
Evie.
Folks, please, all the emotes, all the snaps for my good friend, brilliant songwriter. We'll have to talk about some of that vocalizing a little bit more, deep dive into that after this. But here's your song, Winter Rain. Let me go and kick it off for us whenever you're ready. Let's do it.
He left me before the sunrise, a quiet kiss and then goodbye. I fell back asleep, and in my dreams the world was covered over in ice. All the cedar trees were dripping in diamonds, the ginkgo robed in alabaster silk, Mother Nature draped in all her finery conceals a bitter beauty that could kill. A winter rain is fierce and fragile, and the ice abides by 1 degree. And the longer the rain stays frozen, the harder the melt will be. Silver grains of sand tap on the window pane, every blade of grass a twinkling tambourine. All the icicles are crackling with devotion, while the world composes a silent symphony. The winter rain is fierce and fragile, and the ice abides by 1 degree. And the longer the rain stays frozen, the harder the melt will be. And I awoke and lay there in a fever. The mercury had warmed the gray to blue, but I prefer to die by exposure, stay frozen in this life with you. The winter rain is fierce and fragile, and the ice abides by 1 degree. And the longer the rain stays frozen, the harder the melt will be. And the longer the rain stays frozen, the harder the melt will be. Thank you.
Isn't that great, guys?
Oh,
What a
that's
great song.
So fun playing that with you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Just a beautiful song. It evokes so much great imagery, and it's just, it's delicate, it's beautiful. You just feel the winter, you feel it. You feel the ice. You feel almost the icicles forming as we're playing it.
Love that.
Yeah.
My friend, I performed that. I usually perform that with my musical partner, Brandon Day.
Yeah.
And our good friend Natalie Prowser, who is a wonderful musician and songwriter, also is a videographer, and she made an amazing video for us of that you can find on YouTube.
You sure can.
On the internets.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Please, and Beth Watts Nelson is a link on your website, or did you go straight to YouTube to find that?
I mean, either way, it's
awesome.
I think you can go multiple ways.
So
to
many
find
ways.
That video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and please, if we can, Mod, share the Beth info, the exclamation point Beth, so you can find that. But yeah, so
Cool.
really,
Thank you.
Yeah, and so Natalie Prowser, I knew I'd seen that name,
Yeah,
and that's where it
she's
was
the best.
from the videography. Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah.
She's an amazing songwriter and performer and
didn't
guitar
know
player and
that.
singer. Oh my gosh, you should look her up.
I
Everybody should look her up. She's amazing.
We'll talk after this for sure. Yeah, for so many reasons. But yeah, she did a great job with that.
Yeah.
And really caught the sort of what evoked that spirit with that. Yeah. So that was lovely to learn from that video, the song.
Yeah.
Really cool. You just got back, as you said, from Montreal.
Montreal.
Thank you. I like that's so my French sounds like when like like Americans try to do really like any
Try to speak French.
yeah. I should never attempt French. I shouldn't even eat French fries, honestly. I should probably just avoid like I know 2 words like
You just sorry, go on.
like croissant.
Croissant.
See, and that's there.
You just have to, first of all, you have to purse your lips kind of like this. And then you kind of put everything up on your nose, kind of like this on croissant.
Yeah.
It just comes right out.
Boom.
Those are you just do those 2 things, and then you speak French.
I was gonna say I can now live comfortably in France for indefinitely. Thank you. I'll just do that.
It was
Because
really
they
cool
love
up there.
Americans over there in France. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Well, I mean, you know, you don't want to generalize.
Yeah. Really?
Sure. There's plenty of really great, nice. All the French people that I know are very great and nice, and
I'm
all
saying
the
that,
American
but all the
people,
French people love the
almost all the
American-
American people
Yeah.
that I know are great and nice also.
Moving on, right? So, like, save me. That being said, the other word I know is lamontinage. Can you tell me how the lamontinage? That is mountain, I've been told. Yeah.
I did not know that one.
Yeah. It's a really random bit of information that I really bored Tara with for like a 10-minute explanation earlier today.
Well, apparently Montreal there's a mountain there
you
called
go.
Mont Royal.
Yeah, of
And
course.
so I'm assuming that's where the name of Montreal comes from.
Probably.
So
Yes.
yeah, and you could see mountains kind of all around, and I was told some of the mountains that I was seeing was actually Vermont.
Wow, that's
I know,
crazy.
right?
There you go. That's actually Vermont.
See how you pursed your lips and kind of put it
Vermont.
up into your. That's exactly right, EB.
There you go. Actually,
Well
I
done.
just had an allergic reaction to something. I think from the quesadilla. That's how I do it. Huh?
I see.
So
that works too.
Yeah. So Sherwag says, so beautiful. Thank you, Sherwag. Paragraph says, thank you to East Coaster, who gave us also a tip as well. Oh my gosh. We have, so just so you know, those who have tipped, Howard, East Coaster, anyone else who tips coming up before Tara gets here, we will keep track. So in the second set, when Tara is here, she will be sure to sign your ducks, and she will select your ducks based off of your comments. So make sure to put really interesting comments so she can get your personality, and she will select the duck that she believes best fits you. No pressure, Tara. So all that being said, let's follow up with that. So thank you to East Coaster Studios. Thank you so much for your support for Tara. Again, folks, 100% of all tips do go to Tara tonight, our touring artist, to help her keep herself going on the road and things. To Jerry, from Jerry Austin, what a gorgeous voice Beth has. Aw, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jerry.
We've got some great comments from Song. Oh, so lovely. Beth is a beautiful discovery from a certain Terra Spencer. Indeed, agreed.
Aw, thanks, Tara.
And Susie Weiss says after your comment on,
Love her.
Yeah, she says so diplomatic, Beth.
She's the best.
Ed Gaddis says Beth is awesome and looking forward to Tara. There it is. Y'all are so great. Thanks so much for being here. We have another song coming up, which is a real fun little tune.
Yeah, I like to pick some jazzy tunes when I come here because I know you're kind of a jazzer.
Yeah, kind of like a jazzy cat.
Kind of like a jazz cat.
Yeah, like a cool cat.
And this is the lounge. We're in a lounge
We're so
after
lounge.
all.
It's loungerific.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And I like to write tunes that sound like they could be sung like kind of in a, in a lounge situation.
Yeah. Multi-purpose, multifunctional.
They're fun to sing.
They're like the Swiss Army knife of song. You do it a lot. You could do it. You could do it on a Americana folk stage, but you could also take it to a really swanky hotel
Totally.
and get away with it, and it's got the vibes.
Totally. If you got a piano player like this, you could pretty much go anywhere.
As long as you can carry the piano. Boom! See?
As long as you can carry the piano.
Yeah. Do you know why? Yes. You know why we get along so well? Because you also are fully equipped with dad jokes. That's why.
That's from hanging out with Brandon.
That could, you know what? Oh my gosh, that guy.
100% from hanging
100%. That dude is really. I mean, he's got an elevated game when it comes to dad jokes.
He really, truly does.
Yeah. You've got an elevated game when it comes to songwriting.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Speaking of dads.
Yes.
My husband is a dad.
He is. He is.
Yeah, and it's his birthday today.
What?
Yeah.
I've never played this song ever before. I'm totally winging it. No, it's like my most requested song ever. It's in the key of F if you want to play along.
I think I'll just sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear man. Happy birthday to you. Oh, sorry, I forgot to slide. There it is. Yeah, you got to get your full money's worth for that one, man. Matt, happy birthday, dude. Congrats.
Yeah.
Aw. I just met her for the first time like not too long ago at that great gig you did.
That was awesome.
So fun.
That was a really special night.
What a
Thank you
special
for coming
night.
to that.
Yeah, that was so great.
And he spotted you from across the room and was like, that's EB.
Like I walk into a room with people I don't
in.
know and don't recognize, and like I like, oh, okay. I turn around and go, hey, EB. I'm like, it's like I know you from the live. Oh, yeah. Watching Beth. I'm like, that makes total sense now.
Yeah. We like to tune in.
Yeah, and deeply appreciate it, my friend.
Of course.
Shall we rock one of your tunes next?
Yeah, totally.
Let's do this. This is the second tune we've got coming up from Miss Beth. Folks, if you're here hanging out and wonder where this amazing Terra Spencer, she's coming up real soon. We're just getting our fingers going. We're making sure that things work so that, when she shows up, if we need to fix it, we can. Basically, my whole opening song is like, have I remembered to unmute myself? That's the whole thing what that is for.
Hopefully.
Indeed. That's a little, because there have been a few times.
I have seen that.
There it is. Happy birthday, Cheryl Wax, to Matt. Yay. Thank you both. Insert blushing emoji here from Townser.
That's Maddie.
Thanks, buddy. Awesome. Fantastic. Good deal. Awesome. From East Coaster Studios, Tara can bring a duck to Canada for me. Are ducks allowed to cross the border? Yes, but when they cross the border, they're no longer called ducks. They're called... Wait, no. Actually, I got that wrong. I was going to say Canada geese. They're no longer, when they cross from here into Canada, they're just called geese. But he was talking about a duck.
Of course.
Because they're just geese in Canada.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
But that was a duck. I totally blew that one. Good try. A for effort, EB. Thanks. How about we do your song?
Okay.
All right. So what are we doing here? We're doing
This is called Only You.
Awesome. And you start this one, right?
I
No,
can.
I remember now. We do.
It starts
you
on
give me
a
like
B7.
a couple nods and you like the whole thing.
We're going to just like do a brrr.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? Today's a day I've waited for. There have been others through that door. I've tried a few, well, maybe more. You are the one that I adore. It's only you in my memory, only you on my mind, only you and your sweet dreams in my arms every night. Can't you hear it's only you all the time. Play it, Evie.
What a great little tune. That's so fun. Beth Watts Nelson, only you.
Ooh, you sound great on that. Thank you so much.
Dude. That's so fun. I love that setup too. What a delight. My friend, that is so great. You know, it's one of those things where you look for signature things, right? To find a tune. So it's always great. I tell my students, you know, there's basically 4 chords that make 85% of modern music, right? And so if you're going to be working with some of this stuff, first off, even just one borrowed chord, which you use that borrowed 3 in there, right? With the G sharp, which is just lovely. Trying to. Right? Well, but it sounds awesome, and it's great, and it works. And you know, so to distinguish, you know, even when you're using things that are used, you got to kind of find signature things to make it sort of be yours and own it, right? Mm-hmm. And you just do a really good job with that with your songwriting.
I just love all those old tunes, you know, and all the old like musicals, Rodgers and Hammerstein stuff, and Irving Berlin stuff, and they do a lot of that. So I just have that, you know, oral vocabulary in my brain.
You know, if you're gonna study songwriting,
that's a good
spot. You know, maybe study the guys who, you know, are really good at it and have been doing, you know, like their stuff, you know, sort of, you know, lasts for decades and whatnot. You know, and that we still sing, you know, for decades on. You clearly are steeped in American songbook lore.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just fun to sing that stuff, you know.
Yeah, for sure. So. Great, Miss Beth. Love your song, Beth, from Howard, Jerry Austin. Okay, they're all working on that. Let them know, Mod. So, guys, I'll do a quick rundown. So, basically, if you want to make a tip, the easiest way to do it is through PayPal. Using with that login, you can use that convention. Credit card tips, yes, they require a verification to do that. So you can also, but if you put the tips, look at the command. If you also want to do Venmo, you can do Venmo, or you can do PayPal. But credit card only, they do require. That's kind of the way it's set up on that page. It's kind of annoying. I get it. We're trying to find a solution for that as well. But PayPal, Venmo, both of those work really, really well. Or you can just, I don't know, you can send it via Dragon Mail.
Oh, okay. Do they turn off the fire breathing when they do that? Because that
we sure hope so. That would be helpful. Unless you're sending it like gold bullion or something, which it might make it.
That would totally make it.
Kind of smelt it though.
Gold
maybe.
Bullion. I bet Terra takes that.
Yeah,
I bet she accepts that.
I mean, I think that actually is the gold standard in Canada is actually gold bullion. Cool. I don't know. I'm making things up. Shocker, I know. Well, that's such a lovely tune. So we got that, and we got Terra coming up. And so before we bring her up, I wanted to tell you a little bit about this song that we're about to do next. And it actually reminds me, did you? Okay, it's good. They're working out. Awesome. Fantastic. From Songwriter, I have not been able to turn off the fire breathing via Dragon Ball yet. So I'm sorry. Our mods are working on it. Our mods are on it.
By Dragon.
Yes. Yeah.
Unless it's gold.
We will give you the thumbs up on Dragon Mail shortly, hopefully. Yes. So, this is a really great song for so many reasons. And as you know, how we do our opening sets, right? We do a surprise, quote unquote, an air quote, surprise collab every time we do an opening set. And it's basically, we love doing Storytime mostly to feature original songs, right? But one of the things that a lot of these original songwriters do, like you and Terra, is that they don't get a chance to do a lot of covers a lot of times because they're mostly hired to do original stuff. And also having a piano guy back you up, because a lot of you guys are playing that. So it gives a little bit of extra flexibility and versatility to some song selection. So I always like to open it up to artists when they come in to try and find, hey, what's a tune that you really love that you don't normally get a chance to sing and play? We do, and we'll stick that in for our surprise collab. And I'm always thrilled to find, because it reveals such a personality thing about the first, and the interest. Like, for instance, you would not know that so-and-so, they're actually really a lot into Swedish death metal. And they're like, they request, because that was just what we played with Kelly Hunt. Did you catch the Swedish death metal portion of that show?
I missed that.
Yeah, that was really great. I mean, she seems really kind of, soft-spoken, but she's super a thrasher, actually. No, we did not do it. What did we? Oh, we did John Prine.
That was awesome.
The Speed of Sound of Loneliness.
Great.
What a great choice that was.
Love that tune.
Love that song. Yeah. And so when we told Terra, hey, pick out a tune, I was like, see what kind of, she had literally 3 songs. I went, I don't know how to choose between these because they're all awesome and I all love them and they all are such a great one and kind of what the world needs to hear right now. And what is a great song to bring into our space of what we're about with EBLounge and Storytime, And I'm like, whew, man, okay, what do we do? And so I just went with my gut and we're going to do that song next. So would you please all welcome to the EBLounge stage for our surprise collaboration. It's such a surprise. Totally caught them off guard. Miss Terra Spencer. Come on in. Woo! All the emotes, all the sounds! Woo, 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 woo. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? So what I told Terra before... while we were rehearsing. So I'm going to set up with something probably absolutely absurd and ridiculous, and so... but I'm like, this is such a beautiful song and it's such a beautiful message and a beautiful moment and what we want to evoke with the very concept of Storytime with this song. But why did you pick it?
The hard thing about cover songs is that the choices are literally infinite choices.
Yeah.
So with the songs that I write or the songs that I choose, there's got to be some kind of personal connection. And this one has a super specific one. I mean, it feels a bit timely and timeless at the same time. Yeah. But it also has a personal connection because before I ever attempted any of this kind of shenanigans,
right?
This was, long before, this might be the first time maybe that I sang by myself in front of other human beings. Right. And it was the song I sang at my high school graduation.
Yes.
Which was 3 years ago. No, which was a long time ago. And it just was a marker. And then a long time passed before I ever sang in front of people again because it was so spooky.
Wow.
Yes. But
isn't that wild? What a journey.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
What a journey. Yeah, I know. I love this song. I always have. And it feels a little bit on the nose right now, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Here we are in this time and space in this.
It was
part
on
of
the
world
nose when it was written and when it was shared.
Yeah.
And we need these reminders constantly. And the song that we're talking about is
Imagine.
Shall we? Folks, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. We're going to do one more tune before we close out our first set. Terra Spencer, Beth Watts Nelson performing the Beatles classic. No, the John Legend classic. It was a Beatle. Wait, did they do it together?
Did you say John Legend?
Yes, the John. He's the John Legendary Lennon.
The legendary John Lennon.
Thank you. I did that to her song last week too, where I said, Kelly Hunt, Sound of the Speed of Loneliness. Totally inverted it. I knew
Just
the song.
checking.
Just
Just
check.
seeing if you're awake.
What did I
John
say?
Lennon.
Correct us in the chat.
Yeah. Fact check.
Yes.
John Lennon's Imagine. Here we go.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I am not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I am not the only one. Hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I am not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world
Terra Spencer, Beth Watts Nelson, Imagine. Thank you, my friend. What a great choice. What a beautiful rendition, y'all.
Lovely.
I just like, I'm really looking forward just to hearing these two sing together. It's going to sound so awesome. Like, that's what playing in my back of my brain. I can't wait till these guys get together and I hear their harmonies. I hear them sing. It's going to sound great. It's so nice. It's so great. Y'all just sound fantabulous together.
Oh my
Lovely.
gosh. Look, we are new friends.
Yeah.
Well, all of us, really.
Yeah.
We're new friends here.
Oh my gosh, we got a raid.
Great.
Hold on, what's going on here? Hold on. We got a raid. Let me pull
What's
in here.
happening?
Okay, yeah, all the things.
Do we need weapons?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which actually we kind of, okay, it's cool. What do we got here? What do we got? Dan and Friends and Pals with a raid. Welcome in to Dan and Friends and Pals raid.
Wow.
Thank
That's
you,
a
my
good
friends.
thing, right?
Okay.
It's a great
It's a good thing. Okay,
More
good.
Yeah,
friends.
more
Yay.
friends. We were just talking about new friends, and now we
Cool.
have more new friends.
All right.
Dan Young. Oh my gosh, Dan Young Music. Welcome in.
Oh my
However, I do
gosh.
have to let you all know, to our EBLounge listeners, there's sort of a thing that we do. Welcome in. However, we do this. We have to do a raid call, so you don't really know the Twitch. Just roll with it. Cool.
Yeah, let's roll.
Good. Awesome.
Okay.
EBLounge lizards. Alarms. Beware. Scramble the X-wings. Close the blast doors because Dan Young Music and their Imperial Army have arrived. This ties in with the Star Wars studio upstairs with the Moss EBK. Oh, good. Yes, I find your lack of requests disturbing. Yes, exactly. Welcome in. Thank you so much, Dan Young Music, for sharing your community with us here at EBLounge for Storytime. It's so great to have you. For those of you who are new here and part of Dan Young Music's community, welcome aboard. I'm EB of said EBLounge. We are doing a live show called Storytime. It is a collaborative music live stream where we have the amazing Terra Spencer out of Nova Scotia, Canada, joining us here in Kansas City, backing up Terra along with me, the amazing Beth Watts Nelson, local KC fave around here. Both of these cool cats rocking their original tunes tonight. It's just fantastic. Please stick around. Please keep abreast of what's about to happen. We're going to share with you right now over a few minute break. We're going to kind of things set up for set number 2. We're going to play a little music video that Terra has premiered recently for a little new album kind of thing you just kind of came up with recently. It's a fantastic video. Would you like to tell me a little bit about the video we're about to see?
Yes, it was filmed in my basement, which was the impetus for the home that we bought. I love wood paneling. If you have wood paneling, don't paint it. That's all I have to say about that.
Awesome.
Yeah, filmed by my friend Jamie Cronick.
Yeah, song called 17, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Folks, this is a great song, great video. It's so gosh darn catchy. I love this song. And it's just a few minutes right after this video. We'll be coming right back to join with you playing some of Terra's original tunes. So stick around, catch this, and enjoy the video of 17. All right, here you go. Okay, the reason I was saying it because they just rated it.
Dan Young, I know Dan.
We were young and in
I know Dan Young.
blue with a little room in the back of your parents' car, watching the sunset on the edge of 17.
I mean,
The push and the pull with our hearts full, trying not to go too far, watching your face, feeling the space in between,
really charming.
sinking into the sand of a summer dream.
Okay. Yeah.
The moon is shining through. Does it remember you the way I do? September came too soon, but I remembered you and the way I loved you.
I'm gonna give it a heads up.
And everything I thought that we could be at 17. The nights at the beach when we fell asleep with our hands on each other's hearts, the crashing waves before they're breaking. I was green and I naive and wanted to believe that love could never fall apart, that a summer romance was a chance worth taking. The moon is shining through. Does it remember you the way I do? September came too soon, but I remember June and the way I loved you. And everything I thought that we could be at 17. We were young and in bloom with a little room in the back of your parents' car, watching the sunset on the edge of 17. The push and the pull with our hearts full, trying not to go too far, watching your face, feeling the space in between, sinking into the sin of a summer dream. The moon is shining through. Does it remember you the way I do? September came too soon, but I remember June and the way I loved you. And everything I thought that we could be at 17. The nights at the beach when we fell asleep with our hands on each other's hearts, the crashing waves before they're breaking. I was green and naive and wanted to believe that love could never fall apart, that a summer romance was a chance worth taking. The moon is shining through. Does it remember you the way I do? September came too soon, but I remember June and the way I loved you. And everything I thought that we could be at 17. Church glowing golden, I remember your smile and the echo of footsteps
as we met in the aisle, and the music was gentle, but it lifted us high. It was just an old folk song, but it still made me cry. We went to a party with some friends down the street. The wine kept on flowing as we followed our feet to a house on the hillside while the town was asleep. Every step on the staircase had a secret to keep. All the words I remember, and I remember the tune. At the end of September, and me and you and the Lunenberg Moon. Your hand I was holding, my heart skipping beats in the bed of a captain with sails for its sheets, and the room was so quiet, just whispers and waves. In the darkness we drifted, two souls to be saved. All the words I remember, and I remember the tune. At the end of September, and me and you and the Lunenberg Moon. And now you're far from the harbor, and the ship has sailed on, and the shore winds blow colder the longer you're gone. And I wait by the window, and I watch the snow fly, and you're miles from the ocean with no moon in the sky. All the words I remember, and I remember the tune. At the end of September, and me and the Lunenberg Moon. At the end of September, and me and you and the Lunenberg Moon.
Terra Spencer. Playing on a guitar she didn't even practice on and crushing it. Sorry about the little technical difficulties there, and way to roll with it, my friend.
It's not to say I don't practice. I just don't practice on this guitar.
Just on this guitar. We did a whole run through on an entirely different guitar. So and for whatever reason, just stop working. Welcome to live streaming. Dan Young Music. You would not know anything about any of those kinds of crazy things. Oh my gosh. So first off, I'm so glad that he let us know about the microphone not being muted. But I gotta tell you. Man, Dan Young Music. It's so good to see you, dude. And
it's good to see you, Dan.
Right? Welcome into Dan Young Music. And I knew him with a previous epithet, like a username, right? So I believe I'm almost positive it's the same Dan that we're talking about because it's the same Dan who happened to also love things like oh yeah. Yeah, you know what that is? No idea, probably. Send lawyers, guns, and money. He's a huge Warren Zevon fan, which was the B-side to a song I already played of Warren Zevon when I played, woo, that's Warren Zevon. For those of you who are not in the know. Yes, so welcome in to Dan. He and I always loved requesting in his channel all the Warren Zevons. Like anytime we did a raid into Dan's channel, I'm like, could you play some Zevon, man?
Wow.
He's like, yeah, for you, EB, I got you, brother. And I also lost my chat for whatever reason, so I'm gonna fix that now. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Welcome again to live streaming.
It's just a vibe that I bring. Technical things. It's just a vibe. The closest thing that I did to anything like this was a blanket fort live stream, and I only used my phone. That was the sole piece of technology, and even that didn't always work. So,
I'm curious what a blanket fort live stream is.
Please tell us more.
Well, it's a live stream that takes place in the blanket fort I built when I thought the pandemic would last 3 weeks.
Well, that makes But you were prepped for those 3 weeks, let me tell you.
Oh, I leaned in. I'm an only child. It was a piece of cake for me. Great at keeping myself busy.
Right. I see now what's going on. I see now why this is not working.
Okay.
Yeah. So Terra Spencer.
Yes.
Welcome in.
Thank you.
I'm not ignoring chat, my chat died on me. But I want to keep going and talk. I'll circle back to chat, but I want to keep rocking and rolling with you, Terra.
Thank you.
Because first off, that's a great tune. Second of all, it has a location in that title, Lunenberg Moon.
Yes, Lunenberg, one of the postcard towns in Nova Scotia.
So,
show it off. They know they're pretty. That's the only catch about Lunenberg. You know
Got it. I'm pretty and I know it. I feel like I know that vibe. Yeah. Okay. Right. Not for myself personally. I can't really attest to that, but I will say I'm tracking. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And I will say, this is the kind of hospitality that is offered here at Storytime. I arrived and I was told there was something special waiting for me. And I am very good at broadcasting the things I like very much, so I had no idea what it would be. But I'm going to tell you what this says because you're too far away, but this is a newsletter from the Lunenberg Barnacle.
Yes, it is.
And honestly, as if that wasn't specific enough, I looked inside this. I had to read, and there is an article asking for advice because someone is a night owl.
Yes.
And they don't know if it is a good idea to be so.
Yeah.
And I can relate to that. But also, the crossword on the back, I noticed, EB, this might be for you, says local celebs.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't do it yet to find out if your name is one of the answers.
This is from Lunenberg, so I'm guessing you're localish there, right? So wouldn't you be like, shouldn't that be Terra Spencer there?
I'm not.
No?
There may be. I don't
I
want to
bet
think.
Does it fit? If not, I might have to have words with the crossword puzzle person.
I'm going to reformat this. You guys play. No.
All right, cool.
I can attend to that.
Cool.
I'll look after it later.
Fantastic. So where did Lunenberg Moon come from, the song?
Specifically,
Talk to me.
It came from one night that I spent there because I played a concert there with two of my friends, Ryan Cook and Mike T. Kerr. And it was in a beautiful church, which Lunenberg has several of. But this one's special because the ceiling inside is painted like the night sky.
Ooh, wow.
And the whole evening was engineered for romance. All the couples there were at the show, and we saw them out for fish and chip dinner beforehand. And then we were billeted in this beautiful bed and breakfast, the three of us. And we each went to our rooms, and every room had like 2 wine glasses and 2 chocolates on the pillows. And it was like the honeymoon suite, but we were all just alone.
Wow.
For the night. And that is the genesis of this song. But there is a video to go with it that you can watch later after you enjoy your time with us here that will show you what Lunenberg looks like.
That sounds amazing. And what? So you have a video of Lunenberg Moon, the song, performing on YouTube. Yes. So if you have not seen it, you can see Beth and Terra both on with some really cool videos on their respective YouTube channels. Especially if you're hanging out with us in your YouTube. Yeah. I mean, feel free to go ahead and bookmark like those things and check them out because there's Terra. You have some really great videos. I really enjoy your videos on your channel.
Thank you so much.
Some really great stuff. So some of the stuff that we'll be performing tonight, or we have already performed, you can also see there as well on video renditions.
And in that Lunenberg video, I eat a giant ice cream. And it's borderline explicit.
Wow.
Well, there it is.
Can we show the tip link now?
Yeah.
Great.
Brilliant. Fantastic. It's so great to have you here. And we hope that KC and just America in general, we've been treating you all right since you've been here.
Oh my gosh. Well, I've already ticked off something on the bingo card today,
well
courtesy
done.
of you.
Yeah.
Which is barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh,
official
boy.
KC
You're in the right spot.
barbecue.
Yeah, we did it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it was good. That was Joe's KC. That's you know,
Joe's,
there's like
that's the
4
spot.
big ones. If you watched, so if you know me, you know that I'm the Ted Lasso Piano Lounge. And so the Ted Lasso show, you know, on Apple TV.
Yeah.
And one of the things that a lot of folks don't realize is that, you know, he's from Kansas City. The actual actor / creator of the show, Jason Sudeikis, is actually from Overland, where we were earlier today. He's from that neck of the woods, right?
Oh,
and so he has all these Easter egg shout outs to Kansas City in the show, Ted Lasso, including a shirt that has 4 different little squares of it's of a fake barbecue joint that's actually the name of 4 of the most famous barbecue joints, including Joe's. It's like Joe's, Gates, 39 something, or it's like one of those kind of things. It's hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah. So a little shout out to KC. All the love for KC.
Speaking of shirts,
yes.
I mean, I am a collector of band T-shirts, merch T-shirts.
Yes.
I'd wear a Dan Young shirt if you were to make one.
There it is.
But this is the first time I think that I've gone home from a restaurant with a commemorative T-shirt.
Wow. There you go. Boom. And now my chat is working. So if you have something to say that you've said in the last 5 minutes that you're like wondering what is EB going to respond, I can now see chat. But the last 15 minutes of chat, I could not see. It's all gone. It's been wiped. Okay. So if you have something really important you'd like to share with Terra and Beth, please let me know now, because for some reason it just magically started working again. So thankful that the person who rated us is a guy I know who really knows what live streaming is like and can empathize. He feels my pain. Like Dan is a great streamer, great live musician, just a blast. And, you know, he's been doing it long enough that you have the foibles. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and you do it live, too. That's one of the great things about live music is that it's unpredictable.
What is a rocket pig sandwich, asks Jerry Austin.
Oh, man. How did he know?
I don't. Did you mention this?
No.
Dan Young Music says, I am so psyched you two are in the same room. Dan, I know, right, dude?
Us too.
Like, I'm so psyched that she knows you because, dude, you're so awesome. I'm not just saying it because he's hanging in our room and did a raid. I'm like, Dan is literally one of my top 5 favorite live streamers on Twitch. And I don't stream nearly as much as I do, but every time I saw Dan live, I always tried to raid to him because he's just such a good dude. He's so great. He was always so great to our community. Just a lovely human being. And he loves Warren Zevon. I'm like, how can you go wrong with that? How do you two know each other? Terra and I write together. Yeah, so that's the whole thing that we'll tell you next song, after the next song, because I've been talking way too much already. Okay. And we've got 4 more tunes to go.
Oh, dear.
I feel like we're already like 20 minutes, 20 hours in or something like that.
I don't know.
Do you see what I'm doing there? I like the segue. We're not doing time blindness. That's a whole other shtick. Yes. Okay. But 20 minutes, 20 hours. Oh, wait, no, 20 years in. See what I was doing there? EB, you just think
boy.
you're so clever. They put up with so much.
We made you say it. Did you notice that?
You did. Howard Dog got them all. Oh, I know stuff, says Jerry Austin. That's right. Tara is indeed a treasure. Everyone go buy her albums from Now Sounds of Today. There it is. Yes.
Great.
Oh, my gosh. Ed Gaddis, Howard, looking forward to Friday. Y'all are
boy.
amazing. Guys, we're going to play next tune. This is a fun tune to play. It's
Great.
a fun tune to play.
Okay.
Would you like to play it? Now that I
Well,
think
yeah,
we have
sure.
the guitar's working, banjo's working, my chat's working.
Banjo never quits.
The banjo can't stop, won't stop the banjo. Ladies and gentlemen, Terra Spencer with her song, 20 Years In.
We were too afraid to touch. I knew I loved you too much to settle for the distance of a friend. So we swam in student loans and sold sandwiches and cell phones. We didn't have a dime, but we still had time to spend. Thought that we knew everything. Jumped the gun with 2 gold rings and got married in the blazing August heat. We opened all the gifts we got in the Empire Theater parking lot. Yeah, we tied the knot and we never got cold feet. There isn't one thing I would alter. I know you'll stand by me through thick and thin. When we walk together, our steps will never falter. I don't know where you stop and I begin. 20 years in. Remember when you bought me that pair of fancy stockings one Christmas when the money was running tight? Well, I was so mad for what you spent. I overlooked your good intent, but we still paid the rent and they still fit me just right. Oh, we lived in dingy basements, so happy to have our own place. Went to school and brought 2 babies into the world. And even after all these years, changed plans and changed careers, I only really want to be your girl. There isn't one thing I would alter. I know you'll stand by me through thick and thin. When we walk together, our steps will never falter. I don't know where you stop and I begin. 20 years in. For tea, he brings her flowers, and I see myself in her, and just how young we were, and I hope she knows a love as sweet as ours. There isn't one thing I would alter. I know you'll stand by me through thick and thin. When we walk together, our steps will never falter. Don't know where you stop and I begin. 20 years in. 20 years in. 20 years in. 20 years in.
Yes, ma'am. That is one heck of a fun jam tune. Terra Spencer, 20 years in. It's so fun to play, and it's such. The song is great. Just the music, it's right.
Yeah.
And it's
So
fun
great.
to play, but the story as you're telling it, like with the lyric, it just all comes together. Just like there's so many fun hooks. Like, so as a guy who improvises, right? As a guy who plays like a lot of jazz lines, like is listening and composing sort of on the fly, right? That's what we do as jazz players. It's just kind of what we do, right? I can listen to her story as she's telling the story, and like it just it feeds me ideas. Like there's so many great little hooks within the story, you know, and just like the story with the daughter, like, you know, and bringing it down. It's I call it text painting, right? From more of like a classical compositional standpoint, to try and sort of set the stage, sort of almost like remember when Alexa kicked in earlier? Don't kick it now. But like it was sort of like the music started as you were talking and telling your story. That's kind of what I try to do. I try and set sort of a cinematic landscape.
Wow.
With your textures, right? And there's so many great things that are so evocative with the lyrics in that story that just fit, and they take you through these chapters just so brilliantly of your life. It really is just these little vignettes, you know, that just pop up, and each one has its own little signature thing that's just so memorable and fun, and just it's like a story we know, but with a twist. You know, those are the best. And it's like literally a song that's just chock full of all of those. It's just lovely.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
that was a mouthful.
Great job, dude.
Thank you. That is so nice.
That's because your song is
it is a mouthful.
well, it's your song is just chock full of goodness. Yeah.
That's so nice. Well, that whole story is chock full of goodness.
Right. That's how
And-
when you get 20 years in, you got source material.
This is true. Yeah, you have to milk it for something.
Tell us about the
honestly. Tell us about the song. Well, that song, I mean, there was a song on a previous record called In the City that kind of is all about the point in time when my husband and I got together. And we don't need to hash through all the details because people can go have a listen to that.
You bet.
But this one, I don't write a lot of songs for my husband. I don't know about you, Beth. Do you write a lot of love songs for a person in your life?
Well, actually, Winter Rain was about my husband. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got at least
I actually
I got at least one.
Yeah, I found when I do that, like it's like the kiss of death to the relationship. Yeah, so like I like sometimes they'll ask and be like, "You don't want me to do that? Don't make me write a song." So I'm like I feel like that's like maybe that's a milestone that they reach. Like, okay, great, I'm done. You know, I don't know. Or just
They're just, I don't know, love songs aren't super interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I would so much rather have sad songs.
Yes, I am
But-
so the same.
Yeah, okay, we're all in on this.
Yes.
But, however, I mean, my husband is kind of the key patron of the artist.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
And things have been great for all
Yeah.
this time. We've been together now 25 years, if
Awesome.
you're counting factually. So I owe him a couple of songs every now and then.
Right, you got to throw the guy a
And-
bone.
Yeah. And this record kind of walks through this arc of like, you know, early, like teenage spicy love and then the
spicy
long
love.
haul of marriage. And then
Love
things
it.
just go like whoop after that. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's nice to have a factually correct, I don't know if I've done that on every record.
Sure.
Somebody can fact check that one in the chat. But yeah, it's nice to reflect the truth of things before
Yeah.
I go ahead and indulge myself in writing all this super sad songs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. You know, and it's one of the things that you get a chance to do. You really don't do as much on like VH1 Storytellers. Like you still get the behind the music kind of scene, right? But when you're hanging out in my living room, like you really get the nitty gritty. Like you're like, you know, we gotta throw our loved ones a bone now and then. You know what I'm saying?
You know, a living room.
Right? Exactly.
Like everyone has.
Just like this is pretty much like everyone's living room, isn't it? I got an interior designer. He said this was all the rage when he came, and just like no, it's literally Dragon Skull month. Like this month, it's like don't do it before September. Make sure you get it in April. That's Dragon Skull season. I'm like, okay, cool. Armories were kind of last year a little bit, but they're coming back. I think it's cyclical. So
I am like borderline camouflaged into your piano. I just noticed that with
for
the
real.
ivy.
you know, that's actually
yeah.
you know, it's
Pretty
funny. We were
close.
literally talking about maybe camo as an option, and you didn't even plan that. It just worked out.
No. Did it?
Yeah. So Dan Young asked a great question. Oh, so first, let me catch up with chat real quick. We
Oh,
got
yeah.
some great
What's
chat
going on?
that have come through in. So here you go. How do you know Tara? We're gonna answer that in 2 seconds. Tara's the treasure, awesome. I know stuff. We got them all. Okay, there he is. Excellent. Now, 20 years in, you mean, says Jerry Austin. Oh, good segue. Why, thank you. I do what I can. Thank you, folks. Skipping down to East Coasters. Piano and banjo sound awesome with that song. Well done. Doesn't the banjo sound great?
See that every day.
It
You don't
really
get that every
does.
day. It's fun. Thanks, guys, for
So good.
making a place for the banjo.
Oh my gosh. Well, here's the thing,
Might
dude.
be a first for me.
Really? Isn't that great?
That's how we do
Even
it in
better.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome.
I traveled 3 flights to find a banjo player.
Boom.
So worth it.
You know, so worth it. You know, indeed. Agree. Love this one with the banjo. All the snaps from Keeler 05. Welcome in, fellow night of Storytime. Welcome in,
Again,
Keeler
Princess
05.
Bride.
Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. He's on the wall. He's on the
Oh
armory.
my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Keeler
do we
05.
need to acknowledge these people?
Yeah,
Joe
we just
Baja.
Joe Baja, yes, who is
Big ups.
yes, watching but a silent partner in this event. Well, thank you into non-binary Nyan. Welcome in. Tara's voice reminds me of Heather Dale. There you go. Do you know
That's a
Heather
new
Dale?
name to me.
Me too, and but I bet they're brilliant because if it reminds them of you, I mean, duh. Yeah. That was so good from Paracota, Jerry Austin, In the City. Amazing song to check out on her YouTube channel, In the City.
There we are.
That is a good one. I
Not
remember
right
that
now.
video. It's good stuff, indeed. We're going to tell Dan Young, our raid captain, how we met.
How we met.
Yeah, how do we know each other?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Tell them about that.
You were one of the strange people who reached out over the internet.
That was me.
Mysteriously knew I was coming to Kansas City to
Yes.
play a show.
Yes.
And sent me an offer I could not refuse, which was to come and play a live stream in person, which is kind of the opposite of what live streams were invented for.
100%. Right. That's exactly. Yeah.
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 Super weird. And then followed it up asking if I would sing part of the song Convoy, which I think some of you who were tuned in early
If you were here at the
heard
early,
earlier.
yes. And if you haven't, it's also, wait
Yeah.
for it, on YouTube.
Yes.
You can catch the
I'm like,
video.
oh, yeah, that seems normal.
Totes.
And then followed that up
Yeah.
with saying, we're going to make essentially a cartoon version of you. What would you like her to wear? And I have great judgment and boundaries, and I went along with all of this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
100%.
here I am.
You notice how I also did it sort of sequentially. I'm
You
like,
did.
hey, I'd love for you to
did.
perform for a gig. Not okay, great. Awesome. Yeah, that sounds great. It's a live stream gig. Cool. Wait. And it's collaborative. Okay. Also have a recording session. Would you like to, since that we're doing with some of the guests? Okay, cool. It's of a trucker song from the 70s. Like, okay. And as part of that, we're making chibis of people. Could you define what a chibi? Yeah, that's a cartoon. Like, cool. Okay. And then, yeah, there you go. So sort of,
Yeah.
it's like little yeses to get them in. In case you're wondering, Beth, how to, get people
entice a
participate with your
performer
collaborative
from
live
Nova
stream.
Scotia.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
And really what it was is I was looking for artists to fill slots and was doing some research online and checking different resources and saw Tara had been mentioning that she was looking at coming to town.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, let me check her out. And loved your stuff, dude. It was so good. And I'm like, okay, this is definitely a person. If she's already going to be in KC, hanging out with, can we mention the show you're doing after tomorrow? She's coming. We're
think
doing
so.
another show tomorrow, an in-person live event, public appearance here in Kansas City at Stillwell UMC down in Stillwell, Kansas, which Beth is also familiar with, but because Beth is also opening for that show. So if you are in Kansas City and would like to see these guys again in live, we got like a whole show we're doing then. It's going to be
It's a
so
whole
fun.
thing now.
Yeah. Are we able to mention the other things that you're doing or not?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see why not.
Okay, cool.
I know
Go ahead.
one of the hosts is in the chat.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I want to make
Yeah.
sure that that's copacetic. I don't want to make sure, like, cool. And then
think
you've got
it is.
another show in North Kansas City with the illustrious Labyrinth Concerts. That's what I was going to mention, right? Is that what we're talking
yes.
about? Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And then one more. It's a quick little hop.
Oh my
down
gosh.
Here, and it's been so worth it.
Yeah.
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 It's great.
Yeah. So if you're wondering what's happening in Kansas City with Tara, follow that link, terraspencer.ca. It's got all the info. So this is not her first stop in the wonderful world of KC. She's got another one tomorrow and another one Friday as well, correct?
That's right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And all the deets they can find out through there. Is that right, on your website?
They're all there. I think even if you do .com, it will take you to. I
There it
think
is.
I've covered that base.
Well done, my friend. Well done.
Make no
Such
promises.
a pro. Such a pro. And Ed from Ed Gaddis. That would be Howard. Yes. Welcome, Ed.
Yeah.
Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well, brother. Good to see you. Chibi equals small in Japanese. They give the whole definition of chibi for you right there.
So these are chibi
EBLounge
ducks.
listeners, we're helpers. We're here. You know, one might even say they're here at our service. I told you it was a softball, that song. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep rolling with the next song by Terra Spencer. That sounds largely like what I just said for that brilliant segue, if I do say so myself. How about we do a little At Your Service?
In the hard gray chairs at the doctor's office, me and a man with a terrible cough. It's 11 a.m. The doctor is late, nothing there to do but wait. He handed me a wrinkly business card, told me of his young years working hard, small engine repair, tractors and mowers, back in the days when the world moved slower. He had loved every minute of a simple life, a lot less simple since he lost his wife. She had died last June, her lungs full of cancer. He took all the tests, he was waiting for answers. His hands were shaking, he looked so nervous as he handed me the card that said, "At your service." At the funeral home when the paperwork came, I remember the card and I remembered his name. The obituary short, no next to kin. We only had to print a few bulletins for the half dozen people that had gathered there, fanning themselves in their hard gray chairs. Workers from the home where the old man lived, sympathy cards with nobody to give. The minister comforted in their loss, and everybody rose for the old rugged cross. We carried him down to where the grass was mown, his wife and his son's names carved in stone. As we covered the grave with a shovel of dirt, I remembered the card with the words, "At your service."
Awesome. That's such a, it's one of those, it's almost like a great transition song, you know, because it's like, it's got this great little compact story into itself. And it sort of just, it's short and tight. And that's, it's so hard to write a good short song, right? You know, to like in terms of, to make something a full storyline kind of stuff, and then to make it within like the whole struggle, like back in like, you're gonna make a song, it's got to fit in 305, like this the Billy Joel, the Entertainer song. We got to cut it down. It's the best song I ever wrote in my life, but they had to shorten it for the radio cut, you know, down to 305. You know, and it's so true that to write something, even on a paper or an article, like, you know, like I'll write like, okay, that's like about 300,000 words too long to make it, you know, succinct, right? And to say the things in a way that's conveys what you want without being verbose, you know, to really distill it like poetry, right? And to do that, Yeah, this is one of those songs that does a great job of just kind of like, I feel like if you're listening to an album, you know, you've got like these big da-da-da, and then you've got this little song that's sort of stuck in there that's kind of quirky. It's got a little twist, and it sort of sucks you in like before you know it, and it's over, and the story is like, oh, that was great. You know, rule number 1 of performance, make them leave wanting more.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad that jumped out to you because that was a very deliberate effort. I feel like in the beginning, the songs were all really long and really wordy. And we mentioned In the City. It is like a classic example of that. Holy, it's a whopper. And yeah, I set myself a goal of writing shorter songs. One of my favorite songwriters and now one of my best friends is David Francie. And he was a carpenter, and I feel like his songs, like, they were just cut to fit. There's nothing, there's no excess.
Measure twice, cut once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They say everything they need to. So I wanted to work on that. But I feel like specifically for that song, it was important and apt because one of the things I feel like has inspired me writing songs, I don't think it's a coincidence that I started working as a funeral director at the same time I started writing songs, like really exactly. And one of the crafts that you have to do when you are a funeral director is writing obituaries. And one of the key things about writing obituaries is brevity, because you have to pay the newspaper by the length of the obituary.
You get it. You totally get it.
It is an art to keep things concise and keep it trimmed down. So yeah, I'm pleased that was notable too. It's a funny thing to compliment someone on how short their songs are. It's like, thank you for not putting us through any more.
So that actually, there's a great tie-in with that. Before I do that, I will say this song, I have great people agreeing. So Dan Young Music, in all caps, when he heard the song that we're about to do, says yes, and then follows it with, I absolutely love this song. So thanks, Dan.
That is sweet.
I am also a proponent of said song. From China Fall. Sorry, it's a little China Fold. I'm sorry. More Beth, less talking, please. Got it. Verbose. I acknowledge. From Dan, my favorite. Such a beauty. Thank you, Dan. And there you go. And then the KKFI show is Diana Lynn's. There you go.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, that's coming up also on Friday morning. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Radio. You're doing all the things.
I'm doing a lot of them.
Good for you.
Yeah. Trying.
From Song Crew, you make so good. From Jerry Austin, very rare for Terra to write a short song.
This is it. I'm working on it, Jerry. I just said I'm working on it.
I mean, you're a prog rocker really at heart, let's be honest. No, but seriously, that's fantastic. Yeah, and it really is. It's a nice cogent type piece. Really nicely done. You were saying, like, you know, when people say your song is short, that's a compliment or whatever. So it made me think of, did you ever see the movie Amadeus? Which is about Amadeus Wolf, you know, Mozart with Abraham was playing Salieri, and doing the narration. And do you remember the scene where who is it? The Duke, whoever his patron was, right? And he was like, "Oh, it was great," and he yawned like once or twice during the thing, and he came back to give them feedback, like, "Yes, that was lovely." It was one little thing, too many notes. And he was like, "Too many notes." He's like, "Yeah, it's just, you know." So I'm so sorry. Like, so what would you just, you know, cut out a few? He's like, didn't know how to answer that one. When you're talking to royalty, you say, "Yes, Your Highness." Note to self. Anyway, awesome. Well, my friend, it's been such a delight having you hanging out, and I'm so glad that you decided to grace KC with your inimitable talent. It's been delightful.
Wow.
Thanks. We have inspired you while you've been here in Kansas City with the song that we're about to perform next.
Yes.
Because I live right on the Kansas River. And as part of that, we have all kinds of wildlife in our neck of the woods. And the next song that we're going to do, we heard these guys partying last night with because it was like in the 60s till like 10 p.m. last night. It was gorgeous, right? And we heard these guys singing along as we were probably practicing last night. I think they were inspired. So, you want ready to rock this one? Do you want to give any setup before we start? Or you want to just dive in? Oh, I love it. Yes,
More
right.
Beth. Let's talk.
Careful.
Oh my gosh, y'all crack me up. Shall we?
Yep.
This is. You can tell them what it's called.
Beg pardon?
You can tell them what it's called. The song, if you'd like.
Oh, it'll be apparent.
Love it. Rock it.
Okay. I set out with the sunrise on a set of worn out skis. My heart was hanging heavy as the snow upon the trees. I was thinking of my granddad, how he'd given many warnings to watch out for coyotes in the woods on winter mornings. With a dagger in my pocket that could kill me if I fell, I made 2 lines like the highway through the trail I knew so well. At the log bridge by the river, I heard a rustle at my back and caught a glimpse of a coyote that was following my tracks. In her eyes a glow of amber, in a flash she lunged for me. I stumbled in my skis, she ripped my snow pants at the knee. With a mittened hand I wrestled, tried to free my granddad's knife, and drove it deep into the soft fur of the dog to save my life. With a whimper, she relented, and the snow turned angry red. She licked her wounded shoulder while my own leg pulsed and bled. A shadow broke the sunlight through the corner of my eye. A pack of young coyotes come to watch their mother die. As her babies gathered round me, I could smell their puppy breath. And my thoughts in that brief moment were of life instead of death. As they tore me into pieces and licked my old bones clean, my spirit grew so peaceful, the most at rest I'd ever be. Running fingers through their hair, and all the times I'd wronged them, caught my leg in my own snare. But I will see no fiery furnace, no box deep in the ground, just a pack of wild coyotes and their high and lonesome sound.
Terra Spencer, Coyotes. I gotta say, you got the right crowd for this show with Danny the Hamilton, who's also a Warren Zevon fan. With me, Werewolves of London, Excitable Boy. I just like so he. So do you know much about Warren Zevon at all? heavy metal folk singer. He wrote songs that were very macabre. Like he had skeletons with sunglasses on for his cover. He just explores death and transformation. And so just I love stuff like this. Like I'm a huge Warren Zevon fan. So when I heard this, like you don't expect this story to go where it goes at first, and it takes you to this whole like what? Like you don't hear this and I'm like, that's awesome. Like that is great. And so I've been dying. I've been waiting to ask you the story behind this song for the live stream. I wanted to hear it fresh from you, like right here. So
absolutely.
Unpack where this song comes from, because it's unlike anything we've done, obviously tonight.
Yeah.
But I freaking love it. So talk to me. Where did this come from?
Okay. Well, this song is partly true. So I love to spend part of the winter time cross-country skiing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at it. I'm very clumsy. And that will be important because my poor granddad, every now and again, there's like a coyote encounter and it goes poorly sometimes. It's very, very, very rare, but it gets reported. It's big news when it does happen. And my poor granddad heard one of these stories and it was very sad and tragic. And he was terrified. He was so worried that I would have an entanglement with coyotes back in the woods. So he gave me a weapon. He gave me a knife. But when I say a knife, like I'm talking like just short of that sword back
It's
there.
like a Crocodile Dundee knife. It's like, that's not a knife.
Like
this is a knife.
Machete in a holster.
Wow.
And because I'm so clumsy, I just envisioned that I would take a tumble and impale myself on this thing, and that would be how I would meet my demise. So that was really the genesis point. So I imagine going back into the woods and this like knife battle and how it would play out. And that is like just kind of running with that vision.
Yes.
Now, I mean, often what I find keeps happening is that I'll play a show and I'll have these, they're all kind of autobiographical if I don't time the set list right. And then this song comes out and people are like, what is happening?
Yes. Love it. You know what this reminded me of, actually? And something that, my background's in jazz for academia, right? That's what I studied in, but I've done 20th century comp and a lot of different things, but I grew up as a classic rocker mostly, but one thing, I listened to some folk growing up, but a lot of modern folk, like new stuff with folk, really in the last couple of years, honestly, since I've come across Folk Alliance and started to like, oh, these people are perfect for what we want to do for Storytime. For storytelling, you want to get the master storytellers, which I've always loved folk artists and how they just tell great stories. One of the things that I've run into as being exposed to more and more folk music lately are murder ballads, right? That whole theme. Yes. And I'm like, this is like kind of like murder ballady, but like with a spiritual like context, like, like nature, almost like, like totem-y spirit kind of like it's just so great. It's just, you know what I mean?
That's cool. I mean, I totally dig that thing. Like, I don't know. Do you know the Louvin brothers?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Notorious Chorus did the Louvin brothers.
Oh, right.
There you go.
Like super dark.
Oh, yeah.
Like, extremely dark with these little bluegrass bops going alongside it. Like, I love that kind of thing.
There you go.
And with that song in particular, I love that. I love that darkness. I have an appetite for it. It's really fun. Yeah. In its own way. So
to explore storytelling, there's a reason that there's a guy named you may have heard of Stephen King. Have you ever heard of him? But there's a reason that storytelling isn't all pink sunshine and rainbows, right? Like there's a whole gaming genre for our Twitch people called cozy gaming, because sometimes you just need to turn the darkness off, right? And you're like, you know what? I just need time out from a little bit of that. But with good storytelling, you have to have the darkness to experience the light, and vice versa, right? And that this song is such a great step into that. Like it evokes all the same spirit of like some of these great murder ballads that I've been reading, but in a totally different context than what, you know what I mean? It's like, that's really cool. Yeah, just that struggle, that an actual life death struggle, and in a way that, again, is unexpected.
Right.
Yeah, like where it's going to turn out and how it's going to end, like there's that twist again.
Well, and I've had people layer like really, really heady meanings on the song. Folks have said, oh, this is about like our relationship with the earth and it's humans versus wildlife. And
Yes.
I'm like, oh, that's a cool thing. And then someone else was like,
That was cool. I
oh,
like that I
this is a
interpreted
song
it.
about green burial.
There you go.
I'm like, is it now? Like that had not occurred to me.
And that's yet another thing about when you take these archetypal, almost allegorical things that you see in those kind of stories, but are also just very real, grounded. Like literally, we heard Coyotes singing to us last night,
we
right?
did.
Like
That was very
they
cool.
exist and they're like in my backyard. To where you can have that cross between ethereal and ephemeral and supernatural and everyday life, and you can weave stories, and they can represent so many things, like so many songs and so many stories, that meant one thing to me 20 years ago, and I'll hear it again for the first time. Like I never really thought of it that way, but it hits me from the moment. Good writing, good poetry, good songwriting. A song can be the same song done the same way by a person, and still, because of where we are in our journey, where does it meet with us and intersect with our story, and it can help bring a whole new light to our meaning to where we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I dig that.
Yeah.
It's a great assessment.
It's been such a delight having you. I want to catch up and chat. We'll get to your final song because you've been an absolute delight, but we're getting close on that 2-hour mark, so I want to be respectful of your time and to our viewers' time as well. We've got the Megan Lynn music. As I was like, they'll know what it is. In all caps, Coyote. Guessed it before we started. Awesome. Thank you, Megan. It's my partner's fave and one of mine too. Oh, that's awesome.
Megan,
Jerry
that's
Austin
so
says
great.
banjo perfect for this tune, Beth. Yes, 100%. Yeah, song of the modes. Thank you for all the modes from from Paracota. Thank you, my friends. Awesome, very cool. All the snaps, thank you, Keeler, as well. Thank you, my friend. Fantastic. Let's see, just catch up. Such a great evening. Thank you so much, Tara, Beth, and EB. Thank you, Ed. Ed, it's such a great to see you, brother. Again, thanks for hanging out with us, buddy. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, and thanks for hanging out with us, my man. I second what Ed said. So much fun from Robert. Is it Boucher? Boucher?
Boucher.
Oh, look at
your
me.
Your French needs work.
Yeah, look at me, totally murdering French again.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fred Boucher. To be fair, if you were like in Iowa where I grew up, all of us would do Boucher. That's what we would do and be 100% wrong. At least gave an attempt. Like, I think this might be French. Let me see. There's a whole story with that. I'll have to tell you later. Jerry Austin, third did. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here. We've got up to our final tune now, our final tune for the night with Tara and with Beth here. Thanks, folks, for being here as part of Storytime Season 2. What a delight.
So great.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. No, this is really, it's so wacky and wonderful. Like really, it's more than I dreamed and or feared. It's so great.
Again, I will count one recent artist who was here. I won't out them because I heard about it after the fact, so I don't know whether it's a public information or not. But when asked later by a fellow artist, like, so what'd you think of the event? How'd it go? And their response was, weird, but fun. I'm like, and so again, I count that a win as long as you had fun. And also, if it was actually weird, is actually for me like this is different from what you guys normally do, right? Sure. It's out of the typical pocket, showing up at the venue, blah 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 blah. It's definitely something you'll remember for a while. Absolutely. I don't know how long. Maybe you'll have regressive therapy and try and forget it. But no, it's absolute delight, and thank you for being such a great sport, both of y'all. And we've got one more song. Tell us about what we're going to be performing as we'll be wrapping up and rating right out of here. So folks, stick around if you're part of the Twitch Cosmos. Songwriter, keep your eye out there. Our head mods, all the mod love. Can we give some emotes and mod love to Paracota and to Songwriter Kuryume? Thank you so much, friends, for holding down the fort, especially with all the crazy things that happen with our live streams being what they are, and keeping folks on the straight and narrow and even keel. Thank you so much, my friends, for helping out, answering all the questions. Y'all are amazing. Our mods pretty incredible.
Absolutely.
I need to get a mod. Need to get a mod song.
Yeah.
Why do I not have a mod song yet? Mods, please put in mod chat in our Discord. EB, you need to get us a song, bro, and I'll get you a song.
Suggest a song too.
What do you have?
And they could.
Oh, they can.
Suggest a
I thought you had a
song.
suggestion yourself. Yes, they
Well,
can 100%.
I did want to do you want to talk about tomorrow night and what else Terra has coming up?
Yeah, so thank you for reminding me. So and also as last call, by the way, thank you to Anonymous who also did a tip as well. Thank you so much for supporting Terra. Thank you guys. And again, if you have any questions with that, I think the mods are trying to help out with that. But we'll definitely just check out and Venmo works at Piano Ninja and just do the best smoke signals, whatever works. But point being, yes, let's do some plugging. Yes, before we wrap up and rate out. So, Terra, we've got like 3 or 4 shows, all of which you can find out probably the best on terraspencer.ca.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
That's where I keep track of my life.
Right? Yes, and several in KC. And after that, where are we headed to, Terra? What's up with your calendar
Back
at that
home,
point? Yeah.
back home to the beautiful East Coast, where it is whammer jammer.
Whammer jam.
Yep, through till the fall, maybe. So, yeah, we're not going to rattle off those things.
Yeah, but you'll be doing a lot in Canada. So if you're up
Yes.
in Canada,
Definitely.
check out her schedule and that website as well. So, but basically, you're going to continue touring back in Canada. It's kind of what's on your radar.
Am.
Awesome.
And if there's a place where you think I would be a good fit and you'd like me to come play a show, give me a shout and let me know. Because clearly, if all it took to get me here was the promise of barbecue.
All it took to get here was her being awesome online on the internet and me being a guy, look, I need awesome people. And like, oh, there's an awesome person. Yeah. That's fantastic. Beth, what do you got coming up, my friend? What should we be watching for?
Well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night.
Yeah,
in
tomorrow
Stillwell.
night at Stillwell UMC and Stillwell,
It's going to be
Kansas.
super fun live. We did
Yeah.
it on the internet, and now we'll do it live. And then I'm starting up Notorious Chorus March 5th, where if you want to come and sing in the back of a bar in Kansas City, we're doing Beatles tunes, so it's going to be really fun. And then Beth and Brandon are playing in Olathe, but then really exciting, me and Kelly Hunt are opening for Robert Earl Keen March 15th in Kansas City.
Where at?
At the Uptown.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
so get your
fantastic.
tickets before they sell out.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
It's gonna be really, really cool. So that's what I'm really excited about.
At the Uptown, Robert Earl Keen and you all,
Me and Kelly.
Kelly Hunt, who was our last Storytime performer with Beth. Tickets are available now.
Yep, Ticketmaster.
So there you go, Ticketmaster at the Uptown here in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Check them out. Get them, folks. Get them while the getting's good. And also, Howard mentions, remember the Bixler 108 on Saturday as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, check out. Cheryl's got all the info on all the shows coming up. So if you want to get all the deets on that stuff happening around in the Kansas, Missouri area while she's here in our great land of the Midwest, catch it there for sure. Indeed. Awesome. And Ed says, plan on seeing you and Kelly both from Ed. So there you go. Awesome. My friend, tell us about this song.
This song, well,
Brick and Mortar.
yes, yeah. You gave a shout out to Mods Holding Down the Fort, and I will use that as my segue. I know you love a good segue. So we have a fort in my town of Windsor, Nova Scotia, Canada. And it is right alongside the highway. And if you go up on the hill where the fort is and you look across, there's a big old brick textile mill there that I have loved since I was a kid. But it is no longer a functioning textile mill. It's been empty since I was a teenager. And I hoped that some rich person would come along and save it. So I wrote a song called Cotton Mill. And it's the first song I put out.
Wow.
And that plan didn't work. So then I wrote a sadder song. And it
now
is
it's
called
saved?
Brick and Mortar.
There you go. This
wrote
is take 2
It
on
is,
Save Our
yes,
Textile Mill.
Sadder song. So, yeah, that's the one we're going to close with.
That's so cool. Actually, the town that I lived in prior to coming here is Greenville, South Carolina, for 13 years. And for decades, it was a textile mill town.
way.
Yeah, where they have basically where the mill was the sort of the town. Right?
Yes.
It was built around it, everything.
Exactly.
And there were several of those in that area. and then they died out. But then for decades they were sat vacant.
Yeah,
And were not repurposed and just sat, boarded up.
exactly.
Until people with vision and some money and gathered it together.
Wrote a song.
And you know
And
what?
then the world came together.
There it
and
is.
Saved the mill.
Several of those mills are now exist and have been repurposed, into different lofts and to different kinds of businesses that are in those, and they're beautiful. And Greenville is one of the most like it's a poster child for revitalization, and it's built largely within those textile mills and that same brick kind of vibe. So I'll have to give you some information on just like as an inspiration to like, yeah, it can happen, dude, and it very well may happen. That's so cool.
Well, there's only 1/3 of the building standing now.
Well, you know what?
But that 1/3
That just makes it interesting.
could be cool.
That's awesome, dude. That being said, it's a beautiful song.
Thanks.
And it's a wonderful backdrop to where this song comes from, to have it in mind as we play out your final tune tonight.
Thank you so much. What a joy.
Friends, stick around. Mods, feel free to throw the raid call into our chat. For those of you who are Twitch savvy, feel free to copy that. Songwriter, take us there as soon as we close up. And I appreciate my friends for being here. EBLounge Lizards, Nights of Storytime. We'll see you again in April 11th. There will be no Storytime show in March because we're doing a double header with Fox and Bones. Portland, Oregon folks. They were here for season 1. Our first touring artists who came through, they're coming back. They're going to be here in KC. They're doing it's a duo, so we combined into that for a duo show, and we're booking the trio for that one. We actually have the trio, so we're going to have 5 people on the stage. I don't know how we'll figure it out. Yeah, but it's going to be fun. So put down on your calendars April 11th. But meanwhile, put all the other things Terra and Beth related on and get those first because they're coming up. Ready to take us out, my friend?
Is there something about ducks?
Oh my gosh! I'm a goofball. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. All of this. Can we put names on? So we were supposed to write names on ducks.
We write names.
We
on
write
them?
names on ducks. So
Okay.
where's the marker, Beth?
It's
Did you see
here.
it? Perfect. So we're gonna start. All of you amazing people who tipped, we're about to give you great names to pick a duck, won't you?
Okay.
The first duck
Yep.
is for Howard. So select a
Howard.
duck that you believe is the epitome of representing Howard's tips.
I'm going to find a very kind-looking duck.
There you go.
That's appropriate. That's
Yes.
appropriate for Howard.
Yes.
Oh. I like this one, Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom in a little bit there for you so you can pull it in.
Okay. Yeah, this one, I don't know. It's colorful.
Thumbs up.
It's cheerful. And it looks hopeful.
There it is. Wow.
This is it.
You can't get much better of
Yeah.
a descriptor for that. That's
Okay,
great.
This is Howard.
This is Howard's.
Okay.
And when you sign that, I'll put it up here for our little thing.
Oh, great. Okay.
After Howard, we have East Coaster Studios.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You can fit that on a duck, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say EC Studios, maybe. How about that?
Yeah. This one for sure, because I know East Coaster Studios.
There it is.
And he is extremely entrepreneurial. So you get the Ben Franklin duck,
Awesome.
the inventor.
Awesome. Fabulous.
Now, I'm going to have to put this on the forehead.
Yeah, that is a duck with not a whole lot of real estate for writing, is it?
And then,
After that, we
Beth.
have 2 Anons. So we can pick 2 Anons for that, and then just write Anon 1, Anon 2.
on and on and on.
and on and on.
Do you want to do
You're
one of
the
these?
no, it's you. You are
You're doing great. These are
The
these are
duck
absolutely
selector.
fantastic. I'm loving these. There you go.
Okay.
So yes,
This is an anon.
that's such an Anon. It's crying out. Hello, my name is Anon. Sign me.
Yeah, it just looks skeptical. I think an anon is skeptical,
Love it.
not trusting the world enough to put your name in.
and purple.
Yeah. Like,
Awesome.
what's the face on this one?
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. And then we have one more.
Yep.
R.W. Boucher.
Oh,
There you go.
wow.
Did I say it closer to accurate that time?
You did. That was much better. I can't explain why, but you get this.
The pirate
Yeah.
duck? Those are awesome. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
It's a pirate
W.
duck. I mean,
Oh, I know why.
What?
R.W. Boucher.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard there was actually a really awesome new pirate movie out, but I heard it from one of my students, and I was a little surprised because they said they saw it. I was like, how did you see it? I thought it was rated R. Yes, I know. It would be better if I hadn't had the joke already lit.
Yeah, I know. I
Would've been
had
much
to
better.
pave the way for that.
You
one.
no, you did the joke, and then I just stole tried to steal the thunder and it was unsuccessful. That is all the ducks, friends. Thank you again for all the support, for helping Terra be able to do what she does, right? This is what Storytime, and you'd asked me earlier, why do you do what I do, right?
Yes.
I do what I do to help folks like you do what you do.
Aww.
That's like, I love my EBLounge listeners. I love this community. And I'm so glad that they're here because they also believe in what you guys do. That's why they're here, right? Ultimately, I exist and I do Storytime because I want to see people like you succeed, right? And I want to be tour support. I want to make sure that we're a truck stop. I want to make sure that we're at EB&B. I want to make sure that we have all these things in a way that make your lives on the road, taking your songs, trucking your stories to one town at a time, that much more pleasant, that much more supported, and that you feel encouraged along the way, that you can stop in, refuel, and roll on out, in a way that I want to be a guy that I would want to have if I were on the road.
Wow.
That's what I shoot for.
Well, you've lived up to all of that and more.
No,
I
thanks,
bet
dude.
it really is a beautiful thing. I feel bad saying, though, I asked you that question, why you do what you do, right after you pulled a U-turn in the road today. But we'll leave it be.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's so happy to land here, not really knowing anyone or anything about this place, and just feeling like I met a brother. So thank you
Thanks,
so
sis. Friends, thank you again. Welcome again, Terra, to that. And let's close out this show, shall we, with this amazing song. I love this song. It's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Oh, gosh, that's great. And huge props to Beth.
Beth
who is
Watts
just
Nelson.
crushing it over
Thank you.
here.
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
a joy to
Isn't
learn
he
these
discovered?
songs.
Dude,
These
you're
songs are
just,
great.
what a delight. Oh, my gosh. I invent excuses to work with Beth. Like,
I get it.
Yeah. Let's take these folks home. Let's close it out with Terra Spencer, Beth Watts Nelson performing her final song at EB's Storytime with Brick and Mortar.
I rub my hands and absorb the heat, radiating up through the passenger seat. The engine idle, silent in the bitter cold. The light shines through a clean gray slate, a whisper of blue and the weary weight of hearts too heavy for our hands to hold. The hurt comes quick, the words come late, hours spent on an expiry date, and we both have other places we should be. The chance we had has passed us by, a straight plane in a neutral sky, a tear stain drying on a jacket sleeve. Hearts can pound through brick and mortar. Cornerstones are crumbling into dust. The walls come down, I come up short. I wanted more, I wanted more, I wanted more of us. The walls lean in, the roof has caved. One more thing that we can't save. Time and change will win, no matter how we try. And it's hard to say no, and hard to say when, to tear it all down or build it up again. There's a gentle art in saying goodbye. Hearts can pound through brick and mortar. Cornerstones are crumbling into dust. The walls come down, I come up short. I wanted more, I wanted more of us. Hearts can pound for brick and mortar. Cornerstones are crumbling into dust. The walls come down, I come up short. I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more of us.
Terra Spencer.
My friends.
What a beautiful, beautiful song. Beth Watts Nelson, thank you, my friend, for always doing your magic.
Thank you.
Just wow. First chance we had to have you play banjo on the show, isn't it, too, as well? Yeah. Oh.
More banjo.
Moss banjo. That makes total sense. Great stuff. Great harmonies as always, my friend.
guys.
Keep telling your stories. Keep sharing your songs. Keep telling the stories within the stories. Sharing where they come from. What you do matters. What you do is making the little corners of each world that you visit and you inhabit, whether it's for a day, whether it's a week, for however long it is, you're making those places a little bit better and a little bit brighter and a little bit richer, a little bit more robust. You're making them a little more real when you tell stories that are real, but also surreal. You're engaging the heart and the mind and the emotions in ways that we can just so easily go through life and be blind and just, check boxes. And when we engage with this kinds of things and we engage and we reach out and we look at each other and listen to each other and we are captivated by story, it makes us better versions of ourselves. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for making a space to share, and thank you everybody who stopped to listen in your busy lives.
Yeah, really
EBLounge
beautiful
Lizards.
thing.
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, my friends. Y'all are amazing. Have a great night. Have a great rest of your Thursday. If you're still in a Thursday, if you're somewhere else where it's no longer Thursday, have a great Friday. And well done. Good job. Way to make it to Friday. Those of y'all, check out Terra's stuff. Check out Beth's stuff. Catch these upcoming shows here in KC. Catch all the things that are happening because they're doing some great stuff. Thank you to all of you who have been here and spent your time with us. We appreciate you. Come on back anytime. We'll see you real soon. Meanwhile, we're going to wrap up right out for those of you the Twitch Cosmos. We are headed to science. Yes, there's science. They're ants. It's science streams. We ain't even making this stuff up. Where do you get this stuff? Only in Twitch, friends. Only in Twitch. Or maybe they also concurrently streaming YouTube. I don't know now, but we can't rate to them. So we're going to Twitch. There you go. Have a great night. Come hang out with us with some sciencey ants. Cool? See you over there.